Everyone, welcome back. We've got an article from CarBuzz. Why Tesla and Lucid should be sweating over the facelift Porsche Taycan. This is a genuine question. The Taycan is a real competitor in the luxury electric sedan, expensive sedan space. There's a Lucid Air competitor. There's also the Model S as a competitor. So for Lucid and Tesla, do they have to be worried? Now, Polestar, they're building their Polestar 5. That will be their luxury sedan competitor to the Taycan, the e-tron, the Model S, and the Lucid Air. A lot of competition in this space. I really like this because the vehicles are looking good, especially the Taycan, the e-tron. Lucid Air looks good as well. Model S is all right. Probably getting a little bit outdated though. I think by the new vehicles that are coming out, the Model S is slowly getting a little bit outdated. It's been out since like 2012. You got to remember this vehicle prototype has been out there since 2011, 10. It's been out there for over a decade now. While with the Taycan, the e-tron, the Air, the Polestar 5, these are all vehicles that are being built for the future. They've got this futuristic kind of look. They're winning, and the Tesla is it's not doing so well in the looks department anymore, in my opinion. But it's still doing well for a vehicle that's been out for over a decade, and it's still selling well. And that's not going to stop anytime soon. It looks like Tesla intends to do this for a very long time. But there'll always be changes. There'll always be improvements. The Mercedes S-Class, it's constantly changing. But the S-Class is the S-Class, but it's constantly changing to be improved. So the Model S will constantly change to improve. I see the same thing from a lot of companies such as Porsche with the Taycan, Audi with the e-tron, Lucid Air and Polestar 5 to come. They are vehicles that will stay as they are, but they will continue to be improved over years to come, especially if the models do well. You know, Porsche does well with the 911. They didn't just stop. They created new 911s, always new 911s. So that's part of the car industry. So this new facelift by Porsche, do Tesla and Lucid have to be worried? Well, they can always continue to compete and improve. That's the thing. So Porsche facelift treatment in an all-electric Taycan, which will be soon joined by the German brand's second EV, the Macan. But the Taycan upgrades is so important. Now, the changes that made the Cayenne and the Panamera over the last few months prove that Porsche dig deeper when it comes to life cycle updates. It does so that their facelifts might as well be classified as a new car. This is not a new trend. It dates back to all the way to the most famous model, the 911. The rear engine car should not have worked. Yet Porsche refined the recipe to the point where the current GT3 is widely regarded as the best sport car ever made. It did the same thing with the 924. The first models were absolute dogs, but the 924S was an absolute peach. This was after Porsche gave it an entirely new engine, upgraded suspension, and disc brakes all round. And Porsche is known to be probably one of the best automaker companies. They just make really incredible cars. They're up there. They're up there with Ferrari, Mercedes, BMW. They're up there. So the point is, Porsche chips away at the car until it's perfect, and the pre-facelift Taycan was far from that. The new model is a massive leap forward, and we think that Tesla Model S Plaid and the Lucid Air Sapphire should be concerned. And here's a statement said by the head of Taycan model line, Kevin Geek, and I quote, "We ushered in new era of e-mobility with the Taycan at the end of 2019. It immediately proved to be a game changer and an innovative pioneer in EV segment." He also said, "We're now continuing this success story with the extensively updated Taycan. The model line has reached new heights in terms of performance, with exceptional driving dynamics and driving pleasure. At the same time, we were able to significantly improve efficiency, range, day-to-day usability, and comfort." So it has more power than before. So this is one thing that Porsche loves to improve, is the power output of their vehicle. Now, the color looks absolutely incredible. That's a really nice color. Maybe with a touch of green, I don't know, but it does look really nice. The Taycan has an all-new rear-mounted motor, which has resulted in all models getting a power bump. The base rear-wheel drive model now produces 482 horsepower, while the Taycan 4S can produce up to 590 horsepower. The new Taycan produces up to 871 horsepower with that. But the big news is that the 938 horsepower in the Turbo S has its disposal while using overboost. The standard power output available at all times is 764 horsepower. The overboost output is 188 horsepower, more than the outgoing models. And to put that in perspective, that's an eighth horsepower more than the Honda Civic sedan 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. That's a lot to say. It can sprint from 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, which means that it's quickest Porsche ever made, beating out several big hitters like the 911 GT2 RS, the 918 Spider. Still, the Model S Plaid and the Lucid Air Sapphire are quicker. Lucid says its top spec Air can reach up to 60 miles an hour in 1.89 seconds. Yeah, those Lucids are crazy fast. While Tesla said its fastest car can do 1.99 seconds. So that is quite remarkable. Now, Porsche has already proved that the new Taycan can easily beat the Model 3 played around the Nürburgring. Though the particular Taycan is yet to be unveiled, we suspect that it will be the Turbo GT. That being said, Porsche has already repeatedly proven that the large power output figure is not required to set a set time. Porsche has repeatedly proven that the large power output figure is not required to set a fast lap time. The Plaid and Sapphire may have over 1,000 horsepower, but putting the power down and managing it efficiently is far more important, and that's what Porsche is an expert at doing. Don't forget, this team is a racing team. This company, they're known for being the racing team. Let me show you an example. This is a famous poster or a famous wallpaper. Nobody's perfect, except for Porsche. From 1983 Le Mans results. Porsche, 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 Porsche. Ninth place is Sauber BMW. 10th place Porsche. Porsche, 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 Porsche. Porsche is known for being a racing team, and lately they were trying to go into Formula One, but Audi beat them to the punch. Audi went the right route. Audi did the right thing in getting into Formula One. But I've always felt like there's two teams should always be in Formula One that are not in Formula One. And I don't understand why. One is definitely Porsche. Audi has had a rich racing history, but I'd rather see Lamborghini in Formula One. Maybe they could do a joint team, Audi, Lamborghini. They're owned by the same company. They're all owned by the same company, by the way. They're all owned by Volkswagen, who's owned by Porsche Holding. It's a complicated relationship, and Volkswagen owns Porsche, but Porsche Holding owns everything. Those Mercedes F1 early hybrid era days must have been crazy. Porsche knows how to build a race car. Porsche knows how to build an efficient EV. Might not be the fastest EV, but it's the most efficient EV in terms of completing a track lap, fastest lap, or whatever you call it, at the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife. What a beautiful color. I don't know what color that is, but it's truly beautiful. So this is what it looks like in the dark, but of course in the daylight, this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's really incredible. It's really miraculous. I'm going to save a couple of these images because, and you notice I've rarely spoken about, and you notice I haven't really said anything about how the vehicle actually looks because I don't really care at the end of the day. Overall, it looks great, but it's very similar in shape to the e-tron. Have you noticed? Why is that, of course? Well, they're based on the same platform. They're basically twins. Yeah, they're basically twins, if I'm being completely honest. So that is it for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more. Let me know. Should Tesla, Lucid, Polestar be worried at all? I don't know. Let me know.